Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I think this is my best one as of yet. This is what's called a Mondrian art puzzle. What you have is 25 or any square dimension squared. This is a 25 by 25. And the goal is to divide it into rectangles that are as close in size as possible without having a duplicate. So I believe this is a 2 by 25, a 6 by 8, 2 by 25, 6 by 8. I think this is 2 by 19, if I remember correctly, a 7 by 6, and so on. And the areas are as close as possible without a rectangle being duplicated. And Mondrian loves to use red, yellow, and blue, and then we have white. Four colors are sufficient to color any map without two neighboring rectangles having the same color. So this is the puzzle, and this one turned out so well. And I'm going to be doing some Mondrian art for the time being. I got significantly poisoned working with metals a few weeks ago, and also I then suffered a significant burn as well. And I've been kind of scared of the metal work, and I'm taking a break away from it. It's heavy as well. I hurt my back moving it to another show. And also, I'm kind of waiting for metal prices to crash anyway. Usually, metal prices don't do very well during an election year. So I'm going to wait a little bit to see where the prices are going before buying more, anyhow. So that's why I've been doing Mondrian art. I want you guys to pray for me, though, because my career has been going okay. I teach here at Central Arizona College. Let's see if we can pan out the campus a little bit. Here's the library. Very beautiful campus. Actually, when I was doing my apartment shopping, I was thinking to myself, if the apartment doesn't look right, I can sleep in my office. We got a very beautiful. I prefer not to do that, but having that option available really magnified my potential at negotiating the apartment. Let's put it that way. I ended up not having to sleep here, but the option of being able to do that was really valuable in my apartment search. I live here in Apache Junction now, and the problem is that my social life has not been doing very well, and I also have not taken a vacation, at least not flying out of the country, for 5 years now. And the two problems are actually kind of intertwined. Part of the reason I don't like leaving the country anymore, even though I really should be going relaxing a little bit, is I really need to make social connections. If I go to Taiwan or Japan and I happen to meet somebody interesting there, I can't take her back home with me, right? Um, and the problem is that I go to a meetup every month. I have one every Monday that I kind of love. Although yesterday I had a bad experience, but it was Labor Day and it was not as busy as I thought it might be. That might be part of the problem. There's another meetup on Wednesdays that's actually at one of the guys' homes, and he has a whole wall full of board games, and I have good chemistry with him. But he and I like different kinds of games, and it's always a hit or miss if the right people that are interesting are going to be there. And then there's this trivia event every Saturday night. I get along with everybody at the trivia event, but it's held at a bar. And the bar owner and I have some disagreements because I often bring outside food, bring non-alcoholic beer. He doesn't serve non-alcoholic beer, so I bring it. And when I told him that I am autistic and really need to watch what I eat, he laughed at me. And then later on, when I went to complain about it, he was like, "I never said that. None of my bartenders would ever say that." And so now I just have to be careful with him, and it just creates a toxic haze over the situation, right? But I really love the people at the meetup. I want to I really like one of our members' daughters, but unfortunately, she's often busy and not there. And I don't know when she's going to be there. Even her mom doesn't know when she's going to be there. So I just have to go there every Saturday to hope to meet up with her. And so I hesitate every time I go out on a trip, right? Even when I went to go see the lunar eclipse, I was hesitating on what I was missing back home, right? God forbid if I ever went back to Poland. The week I go back is going to be the week that I should have stayed here, right? That's the kind of luck that I have, right? Which is why if I go to the next art show and I come back with $1 million, I think a lot of that would change. For one, I like to be eating out here at the dining hall more because I get a good vibe every time I order food and I have to bring up my food allergies, and it gives a good chance to have a conversation with somebody, right? I just can't afford to spend $20 every day on that, right? If I walked out of the art show with $1 million, I might consider doing that more. I'd also network more in other ways too, right? I don't know what else might change. I might tip a little bit better when I go to that trivia event every Saturday night, right? I can't order anything, but I usually contribute to the tip, right? And even then, the owner always gives me heck. Last Saturday, I had a good experience actually. The owner was once again giving me heck. The owner didn't bother me anymore about me bringing the non-alcoholic beer, but the waitress was worried about it. She had brought me this cup and said, "Do you mind pouring your beer in here? I just don't want the owner to make noise about this anymore." Which is nice of her to consider that. Unfortunately, she brought a styrofoam cup. I want to avoid those chemicals. And I was thinking, in my head, I was thinking, what do I do now? I so badly wanted to explain to her, but then I didn't want to rock the situation. She's young. She probably doesn't understand autism. She probably doesn't understand chemical sensitivity. So I played along and grabbed the cup, and then I took the beer outside to finish it and placed the rest of the beer in my car to just to avoid confrontation. When I go back on Saturday, I'll probably go explain, hey, thank you for your thoughts on the cup. I won't bring the beer in here anymore, but it turns out styrofoam kind of doesn't work with me either, just so she doesn't get all confused about what happened last week. But that's the kind of drama that surrounds the chronic health condition, right? I have a friend at a different meetup who has type 1 diabetes, and he explained to me that he often has to explain. I know Dave. This guy isn't cool. Yeah, but I have another friend at a different board game meetup who has type 1 diabetes and often needs to bring food from the outside, and he runs into similar drama as I do. There's just not a whole lot of understanding. I wish we taught about this stuff in health class. I do tutoring. I have 6th, 7th, 8th graders who are taking health class. They learn about all sorts of stuff, right? Sexual health, even, and washing your hands and the pandemic-related health issues. But they never learn that some of their best friends may have food allergies and how they should accommodate them, or how some friends might have type 1 diabetes or asthma or anything like that, and how to be considerate to these people, right? And yet they're learning about sexually transmitted diseases, about getting pregnant and all that, which might be okay to learn, but how about all this other stuff that you're much more likely to run into, right? Anyway, but I want to change. I think a few $1 million in my pocket from my art projects could change some of that. For one thing, I could be more choosy about my social outings. For another, I could network more. I could, when I negotiate at work, I could have more leverage and all that, right? I'd probably keep my job here, even if I made $1 billion on my art project, right? It drives me nuts when I watch a game show and the host goes, "What would you do if you won $1 million?" Oh, I would quit my job. I always wonder what their bosses are thinking back home watching this, right? I always wonder when these contestants go home if they have a job to go back to when their bosses are listening to this at home, right? All right, pray for my art career by leaving a dislike on this video. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.